All right. These jobs are not your family. It's a difference between the actual store, or let me say the store manager, saying this and using this as a way to keep you more invested in the store and more invested in their problems and more invested in being dedicated to only them. When I hear we're a family, I don't think I ever believed it because you're not my mama, you're not my dad, you're not my brother, sister, cousin. I don't recognize who you are. I did not know who you were until I applied for this job and I got it. It always bothered me when I would hear this, especially in my last days of working retail. Family can be difficult, yes. But one thing about family is that I might can make fun of my brother or sister, but you can't. The way the way managers or leadership uses that slogan is just it's a wonder why a lot of people just don't walk out as soon as they say that. Because as soon as they walk off from saying that, you look around and most of the employees are just looking like, I'm not related to you. I don't really care. And you can definitely find people at your job that remind you of family and might even be better than family. Could become a close friend, could even become someone that you know for years because y'all met at the job. And since y'all both don't work there anymore, or one of y'all must, probably left, y'all continue to stay in contact. And that became a really good brother or sister. But you're not going to force that on me saying that, we have to look out for each other and all of this. I would normally hear that around when they were pushing safety. Now, we all want to be safe, especially at work. They want you to be safe, especially at work, because they don't want to be paying you while you out. That's a whole nother story. But at my particular job that I worked at, we had safety meetings. And in these safety meetings, we watch videos with people getting hurt at work, slipping and falling on water, chemicals, different machines crushing people. Nothing fatal, but enough to make you be like, man, I don't want that to happen to me. But I would always hear we have to protect one another, guys, because, we see each other almost every day. We're like family. Matter of fact, we are family. And I would just, I would just let it just blow over my head because I didn't care. I wasn't thinking about that. I was mad because I had to be here during this safety meeting that I was forced to be in. And yes, safety is still very important, but we don't need any extraness. And it's like filler to me. I understand that managers like to use keywords to take these employees that are a little naive or they're putting their best foot forward no matter what because they want to become managers themselves or move up the chain to do something that's a part of the company. And that's fine. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But with me, I was always the kind of out of sight, out of mind employee. I did my work. Everybody knew I did my work, but they kind of left me alone, let me do my own thing up until, they really needed me and they had to, get me to do something. But I wasn't the type of person that would be right there next to the managers all the time. Kind of, put my 2 cents in when they didn't ask me for my 2 cents. You know, when they throw that family thing around, sometimes it catches the wrong person. And that person could be someone that's very sensitive. They might not have actual family that they're close to. So they see you at work and they heard that you said this during the meeting and they go up to you and they want to put their 2 cents in. And then you look at them like they're crazy and you ask them, hey, don't you got some work to do? Or maybe say something disrespectful to them and they're hurt because they thought that we were a family. They thought that I thought you would treat me better because you said that. I didn't come up with that. I would just appreciate it, that you actually mentioned it and I believed it. And those people right there are the ones that become the nonchalant. I'm really here to just get a check and go home, which I think everybody should be like that. I don't think that you should go out the way unless you need to. Now, in a sense, you should work as hard as you need to get that check, but to go above and beyond, we've already like discussed that on another video, but to go above and beyond is not worth it sometimes because they overlook you. So I'm not going to that's up to you. If you want to be the type of person that will do anything and everything to keep your job, go for it. But for me, when you become the old dog at work, you start to kind of gauge the scene and look and see if, okay, what's the easier route? Even that I'm working hard, but what's the easier route to get this job done efficiently? I'm I'm always thinking about when they use that word family. Are they really close to their family? And you do have managers that are actually thinking of you as family because they care. But I'm telling you, if you have one like that, be appreciative. But most are not like that. They're just using these keywords to keep you moving. These jobs aren't your family. They're good people to talk to pass the time up. If you find some really good people that you can connect with outside of work, like I have, then hey, that is a blessing. But not everybody is your friend. Not everybody is family. I just believe that when you hear those words, when you hear we're family, you need to be very vigilant. You need to make sure you're on your P's and Q's. You need to make sure that these people are really meaning what they say. And once they do that one thing that gives you the indication that they were just talking, cut your ties with that slogan and you go to work, do your work hard, and work on yourself while you're at work. And you can build that up and take it somewhere else where somebody's going to appreciate you if you're not appreciated. So I wanted to talk about that because I used to hear that a lot. And it really confuses a lot of people. But for me, it was just one of them things that to me, it was a slogan. It was something that was filler. And you always got to look deep into what people say because sometimes they can mean the opposite. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all take care. And if you're still working at 9 to 5, keep at it because your time will come. All right.